Hey everyone, it's Lindsay again here. I am up on the rooftop of the bed and breakfast of the place I am staying in Ortigia in Siracusa in Sicily, which is in Italy. And I wanted to take a few moments. I got asked a question from somebody I've actually met on my travels when I was on tour with Suburban Legends. And she wrote me and said, you know what, I'm looking for some advice about what it feels like to travel alone and how to stay emotionally healthy while traveling. And I think it's an excellent question. So thanks again for asking it. And I'll just give you a couple thoughts. So I've been on the road for 10 months by myself, and I cannot describe in words how amazing it's been and just the different things I've learned and just the various people I've met that have just like completely, I know will be lifelong friends. But it's not all, fun and games. There are times when I've had my rough, bumpy moments, so I will address those. But so what it feels like to travel alone. For me, I prefer it because I am, number one, a pretty independent person, but I've always been a person where I have my ideas and I want to do what I want to do. So it's nice for me to kind of set my own pace when I travel. Like there's days where I seriously will walk for 7 hours and it could be raining, it could be whatever, and I can still remain happy and not be like, ah, shit, it's raining, blah, 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 and still enjoy myself. Where sometimes when you're in a group of people, other people can kind of complain or this, that, and the other. So there are times when I love to be around other people, don't get me wrong, but there are days where I just like am so excited to just go by myself because you become more approachable to locals if you're by yourself. People get very curious and they'll come up to you and say, oh, are you English? You speak English? And I've had so many conversations with people just because I've been alone. So that's the one thing. The other thing too about what it feels like is you have a lot of time to think and reflect. Now, I've always been for years really into self-help and learning more about myself and kind of mastering my own psychology. So I like to just continually always try to improve myself and become happy, because for years when I was in the United States, it's not like I had a bad life. It just wasn't the life I imagined in my head. And now that I'm living this dream, this travel life, which has been a dream, there's like this fulfillment inside of me that just makes me so happy and like fired up. So that's a really great way that I stay emotionally healthy, is that I just feel good for the most part. But let me rewind back a few months because now I feel like I'm more of a expert at travel. But I would say it was about 4 months in when I hit my first wall, and it sucked. Like I was in Ireland and I had run out of money, so I needed to go an au pair. And for me, it wasn't the number one thing I wanted to do. I didn't really want to live with a family. I wasn't making good money at all. It was like €100 a week, and I just felt like shit. Like I was like, this is not how I imagined my travels, but it was kind of necessary. It was really difficult for me to make friends and meet people in Ireland. I did end up meeting a guy, and we ended up actually dating for like 5 months. So it was fun to meet somebody, but I had such a difficult time like meeting girls and making friends. It was just the environment. So for me, a person that likes to learn and share my experiences with other people and learn about their culture, I just felt like I was very isolated, and the anxiety grew in me. Like every day I was just like, like it was just bad. Like I would wake up like not excited about travel. But as soon as I changed my environment and I went somewhere else, the feelings inside of me changed. So the one good thing with how I'm traveling, it's like I'm never on like a set agenda. Like yes, finances are part of it, and I do need to work here and there to earn money, but like let's say if I go somewhere and I don't like it, like I don't have to stay. I can do whatever I want to do and move on. And that's the thing with Workaway, where like you're not obligated, you're not signing a contract. It's just, if you go somewhere and you don't like it, like you can peace out of there in 2 seconds. So that is that. And I think for me also to stay emotionally healthy is for years, I've always been once again, as I mentioned, like been educating myself and trying to see like what I like, what I don't like. Like now that I'm 31 and I've had some years behind me, like I know exactly what I want and what I value in life and the kind of people I want to interact with and the kind of people I know to stay away from. So if you're younger, the person who asked this question is 19. It's just really start. There's excellent books out there, but just start to think about like who you are and what you want and how you, when you go, how you live your life now. It can change when you go to different environments, but if there's certain habits that you've been having that, you know, this and that, you're just trying to really like evaluate, I guess, like what you want and where you want to go and the kind of person that you want to be. And because you can fulfill that all with travel. It's like, that's the one great thing. There is something so inspiring about going to a new location that like you feel like it's a fresh start and you're like, okay, like I can nobody knows your identity. So like you can create whatever identity that you want in each new place. And I think the consistent message that I've received back from people, like they're always like, oh my God, like you're so happy, you're so outgoing, you're so friendly. Because that's the kind of person I want to show up and be every day. Like, yeah, I might have my like down days, but like usually people don't see me like bleh, and like down and out or anything like that. So also too, how I've stayed healthy is, you know, I do communicate with people back in the United States and my friends, but not nearly as much as I originally thought, because number one, like the thing that I've come to realize, like at first it would upset me, like, oh man, like everybody forgot about me. But like your lifestyle is just going to be so different. Like life goes on for other people, they're working, and you can't be like, oh, like, you know, expect them to drop everything and want to talk about you and what you're doing. And it's a little complicated like that, because life remains, you know, the same kind of, and you're like in this crazy whirlwind of going to different cities and different, you know, people you eat with and different people you meet. So the thing that I've learned is like to express my frustrations, or if I'm having a down moment, like to connect with another travel friend, because I hate to say it's like it's not that other people can't relate to your life, but it's freaking crazy when you're just like living out of a backpack. So I've learned to just go and get advice from other travelers, because no offense to anybody out there, but if you're having a bad travel day, like mostly people will give you kind of crappy advice, and you just feel like, oh my God, they don't understand. So it's nice, and it's all out of love and everything. I don't mean it in a mean way, but I've just learned that if I'm frustrated or something, like I need to go and talk to somebody that I've met along my journey that's like doing the same thing, because they can empathize with the crazy shit that you're dealing with every day, or the experience. So I strongly encourage anybody at any age to just get out there. Like I had so much fear. I don't know why. Like now I like almost want to kick myself in the ass for waiting till I was 30 to start traveling, but I don't want to shit all over myself like shoulda, woulda, coulda type crap. But like I think of like, I look at the world and I'm like, I could have been so many more places now in my life if I just would have stopped being a sissy and put on my backpack and get out there. Like I felt so much more safe traveling than I have, like walking the streets of, let's say, Philadelphia. Like I feel safe. Like obviously I'm not dumb. I don't go out in the middle of the night by myself, and you know, there's been creepy people, you know, more particularly men that I've met, and you just have to learn to sense and say no. Like you have to be a strong person, and not feel like, oh, I want to be polite. Like I will just say it how it is, because obviously like I need to keep myself safe and comfortable and all that kind of stuff. So I hope this helps a little bit. I can keep just rambling on and on, but I hope it comes across as like I just want everybody to just come with me. Like people, come join me. It's amazing, and it's really not nearly as complicated as it seems. So I will be making another video of kind of diving into more of the details about the financial side of how I travel, because I even met an American girl that's a teenage, she's 19, and she's studying abroad in Italy, and she took a weekend trip down here, and she was just like, how do you do it? Like when people find out like, oh, you've traveled for 10 months and have spent less than $5,000, like how the heck did you make that happen? And it's much more simpler than it seems. And I think for me it's just like, oh, it's what I'm doing, like, but I will dive into more details, and I would love to know what people want to know, because now I'm doing this whole video thing. I used to write blog posts and they would just take forever, and like I feel like 2 people read them. So if anybody has questions, I think I'm gonna just start making videos and kind of just communicating what I've learned, because I'm happy to share with anybody, no matter where you are in the world or how old you are or what profession you have. Like, I am just here to connect, and if you need a little encouragement, I can be that person. So just reach out to me and I will 100% get back to you. All right, so for that, I'm about to go meet one of my travel friends for lunch, and I will check in later. So ciao, everybody. Enjoy your Friday. Happy weekend. Mwah! Bye, ciao.